flexible and ready to change plans whenever needed, actually to a fault. And I guess that's kind of what you learn is your biggest strengths or conversely your biggest weaknesses on the other end. We're always, me at least, I'm always looking for chaotic things to change, and sometimes they even it's like the superhero trying to throw dice in the road so they can go save a crime so they can go fight crime or something themselves, watch a car run into a tree. Probably just my reluctantness to close off to anything, and the more that I'm talking, the more that I'm coming to this idea that your strengths are probably where you're most balanced. So I think maybe seeing things from multiple perspectives, and how one viewpoint isn't necessarily the only viewpoint, having an open-mindedness and willing to I guess in the same way adapt. Mm-hmm.
My greatest strength is being able to kind of find a way forward in the moment. In the moment, I can, take when I had a heart attack, I'm left with, okay, here are my possibilities. I can either sit here and accept that I'm going to die or whatever. And then I'm like, no, I could work on my fitness, push forward as best I can, and whatever happens. And then, I'm able to see that I'm not stuck on one path. And I think that was a great strength for me in finding a way to move forward with life. And gives me great comfort, at least, knowing that I have options.
When I'm introduced to something new, it's like my sort of ability to know what I don't know. And that's not like, well, that's useful because it really helps me know where I need to go afterwards, so that I can sort of be more independent with my life, really, not have to depend on other people as much, because like it's one thing to have to ask other people, and learn from them, but it's another thing to have to be told what to do. And I really hate that. And so, knowing what, is the next step for me, that's a really big help in, at least keeping me sane.
Well, I think that I'm fairly creative. I'm actually a little too creative for my own good. I've written like dozens of short stories at this point. I've written movie scripts, I've written TV scripts, a children's book, like a script for a children's TV show. Like I just want to do so many different things, and that's obviously a plus in some ways, but then it's harder to focus. So creativity, openness. I'm also pretty good at being kind of the devil's advocate character. So I know how to like push back on something, but not push back so hard that people shut down. So I can kind of like play with people's beliefs and then hopefully make them see if they're not thinking clearly, or at least open their eyes to other ways of seeing the world. Obviously, I think ENTPs are known for abusing that power in some ways, but that's not really something that I am too concerned about.
Just things that I feel like are so obvious and right in front of me that I just wouldn't think about. A good example is like I will literally do something like go to the airport and completely forget that you had to like actually get a separate thing for carry-on, or either. I mean, think of something I've done recently. I don't think I have any weaknesses. Humbleness. No, I'm just kidding. Needing too much mental stimulation. I have a terrible tendency to mess with people and pull strings and see what will happen. For the need of just wanting to see what will happen and stir the pot. That sometimes other people find it very off-putting, which I can understand. I'm basically just trying to press a bunch of buttons to see what will happen in any capacity.
My main weakness is probably a struggle with discipline. So even though I do have an abundance of ideas and things that I want to carry out into the world, I usually will start I'll start half of the ideas I have, I'll finish half of those, and then what I consider finished is really only like a rough draft. And then to take something from like a rough draft phase to an even more polished and like socially acceptable version of itself, that's like another barrier that like eliminates certain things from getting done. So I feel like the follow through is really the challenge, and I've really worked on it, and I've done better than I ever expected, but I think it'll always be something that I'm acutely aware of, like just a little bit of resistance with actually getting the work done as opposed to sitting and like ideating in my head.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions for us or any thoughts or insights into future content that we'll be releasing on this channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video. All right, take care.